Today we're talking about the Shure SM7B and the Shure SM58. One's $400, one's $100. They both get really good sounds. Let's compare them and see which one is right for you. Hey, welcome to the Pod Sound School channel. I'm Studio Steve, and I'm excited today to compare two of my favorite microphones. The Shure SM7B is your classic podcast microphone, and it just looks like a podcast microphone. It's used by so many famous podcasters, which is probably why it's so popular. But the Shure SM58 is the classic vocal microphone, very commonly seen on stage, but it's actually also a really great microphone for podcasting and one of my favorites. So in today's video, let's compare these two, how they sound on my voice and also how they sound on Veronica's voice so that you can make the best purchase decision. For this demonstration, I'm going to run both of these microphones through the Scarlett 2i2 Focusrite USB interface. This is very popular for indie podcasters. I'm not gonna put any EQ, any post-processing, or anything like that on the microphones so you can really hear what they sound like. Now, if you're listening on your phone or if you're watching on a laptop computer, I would recommend putting on a nice pair of good quality headphones, not earbuds, but headphones, so that you can really hear what these microphones sound like. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so first off, the SM58. You can tell already that my voice sounds great. This is one of my all-time favorite microphones. It's a great microphone for singing on stage, but it's also a really good microphone for podcasting. Because it's designed to use in a live setting, it does a really good job of eliminating background noise. It's really durable. You can beat this thing up. It will last forever. It is totally worth $100 and one of my all-time favorite microphones. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can prevent some of the pop noises that can happen with the microphone. Many people will use a pop filter like this and then just kind of speak directly into the microphone. Rather than do that, I like to use a windscreen, and these are really inexpensive, and just pop a windscreen on this guy. And that will allow you to get closer to the microphone. And you'll see that I also have the microphone coming into my mouth at the side. That also helps the air from my mouth to pass by the microphone so that I don't get as many of those pop noises when I pronounce words with P in them. Now, the other thing that I like about the SM58 compared to the SM7B, which we're gonna try out next, is that it has a higher output, just a little bit higher of an output. Now, the SM7B is known to be a very gain-hungry microphone, which means it needs a lot of gain from our preamp on our audio interfaces to really get a good level to our digital audio workstation. With the SM58, you don't need quite as much gain, so this can really be a good choice when you're using something like this Scarlett 212 audio interface that doesn't really have the most powerful and beefy preamp in the world. All right, next up, the Shure SM7B. This is also a favorite microphone of mine. We use it on our podcast. I know so many other podcasters that are very happy with this microphone. It's definitely worth the price tag of the $400. You might be able to hear already that there's a little more clarity, a little more high end, and just overall frequency response than you heard from the SM58. But with this microphone, I did have to boost the Focusrite preamp even more. And because this is a very gain-hungry microphone, you will commonly see people purchase something called a cloud lifter, which is something that gives more power to this microphone so that you don't have to drive your preamp on your audio interface so much. But I think even with this Focusrite audio interface, you just crank the preamp up all the way that you don't really need to spree for the cloud lifter. So as you can see, they're both really good microphones. This one is also very durable. You can beat this one up like crazy as well. It's just an all-around great microphone. Sounds good on female voices and male voices. There's a reason that it is the standard podcasting microphone. Okay, now let's get Veronica in here and see what her voice sounds like and get her opinion on these two microphones.
Hello everybody, this is my voice through the SM58 microphone. One of the things that I enjoy the most when it comes to trying a new microphone is to listen to my voice and see how good it sounds. This one is passing the test. This is my voice through the SM7B. This is one microphone that I use when we record the Pod Sound School podcast. I like the sound of my voice in this one too. This is going to be a hard one to choose. I like both very much. And I don't know how long do you want me to keep going, because I can go all night talking about all sorts of things that don't make any sense, as long as I'm listening to the sound of my voice. So, yeah.
And there you go, Podski. What did you think? What did you think, Veronica?
That was a lot of fun. So I really liked the SM58. When I was trying it on my voice, it sounded very full and bassy and warm. So I think this would be a good microphone if you're going to do storytelling, or if the subject of your podcast is something sexy that you just want to have that richness in your voice. I liked the SM7B too, and this is the microphone I use for our podcast. I think it makes my voice sound clear, and I really like this microphone.
Yeah, I just think it's really cool. I love what Veronica said about the fullness or the warmth, and that's, remember, is what I was saying as well, is this is really good for a female voice. It can be, some people can describe it a little bit that it's more muffled than this one.
Definitely.
A little more muffled. So you will get more sort of frequency range, and you do get a more clear, more maybe professional sound out of this than you would out of this. But for the price range, it's crazy how good this sounds. And if you've only got $100 to spend, this is a really good bang for your buck.
Really good option. And if you're shopping for microphones, chances are that you're new to podcasting and you're ready to start your podcast. And if you are, we'd like to invite you to our free masterclass.
Yeah, it's a free masterclass, the smart way to launch your podcast and get your first 1,000 downloads. You can grab your seat for that by going to podcastingsmart.com. And before you go, don't forget to hit subscribe here on our channel. And no olviden alerta.
Also, if you end up buying any of these 2 microphones, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Remember, you can find the link to all the equipment we mentioned in this video in the comments below. Also, share your experience with any of these 2 microphones.
Yeah.
And before you go, the same 2 things. No olviden hacer la tarea, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Happy casting, amigos!